Welcome, everybody, to our second live on day one of the Scrapbooking Fun Summit. I am Heather Cameron, one of your co-hosts, and this is Tracy Sindhu, my other co-host, and our sponsor for the day. So Tracy and I both have two hats. I am a online business coach and client attraction specialist, been doing it for 20 years, and Tracy runs a virtual online store, scrapbooking store, and paper crafting store in Canada. So Tracy's sponsoring today. Her store is called Embellish Connections. And one of Tracy's things that stands out is she loves to find unusual things and really help you find the thing that you really want. So if you can't find something, call Tracy. She'll be dogmatic about figuring out what you wanted. And that's why we get such amazing speakers on our summits, because Tracy goes out and finds speakers that not everybody has. And we've brought a lot of new speakers into the summit world who now do other summits as well. So if you are in Canada, lots of the smaller stores are shutting down. Tracy's an amazing resource. And if you're a VIP, there is a coupon for 25% off, I believe, if you shop in her store. So reach out, talk to Tracy. If you're not in Canada, reach out. It's just, as we all know, cross-border stuff is a lot more complicated now than it ever was. And that's why Tracy's a great resource for anybody who's in Canada. So Tracy, thank you for being my partner in this, and thank you for sponsoring today. So thank you very much. A couple of little housekeeping things before we talk to the amazing Sara. We have a bingo this time. So make sure you check your email. That went out about 9:45 Eastern Standard Time. You've got a bingo card. You can print that off. And some of the things in bingo, you can cross a square off just for being here. Because one of the bingos is to come on to a Q&A. Another one is to ask a good question. So you can fill out your bingo squares as you go today. And the third is to go and comment on someone you love in the Facebook group and give some of our speakers some love. So definitely play the bingo card. If you're having any issues, you've signed up but you're not getting emails, or something's not working, if you are in the Facebook group, there's a post. Just comment on that and let us know. And we will do our best to fix it. If you're not getting emails, there's a high possibility you were on our email list and you unsubscribed. We need your permission to send emails to you again. And so there's a link in the Facebook group for that, or you can message Tracy at scrapbookingfunsummit.com. and she will send you and get you all set up for that. So those are a couple of housekeeping things. So without further ado, we have the amazing Sara with us today.
Hi, everybody.
I'm going to switch.
Great to be here. Lots of familiar faces over in the chat.
There you go.
Oh, it's great to see y'all.
We have some get to know you questions to start off with, which is number one is, where are you in the world? It's an easy question.
I'm in the center of North America. I live in Omaha, Nebraska. Which is sort of this wonderful place to be as a paper crafter. We have a brick and mortar with wonderful people who run it. There's a handful of other people who do YouTube here that I've gotten to meet in person. It's great.
Excellent. That's nice to have. There's not that many brick and mortar stores left from everything we hear.
Oh, and they've been expanding. They just leased the space that's next to them and blew out the whole thing. So it's one big store and they've got all these crop tables. They had Vicky Booten in to do a whole, I was shocked. It's been amazing.
Good. So are you a card maker, a scrapbooker, a paper crafter, a multimedia? What is your favorite and what do you do?
Yeah, I'm mostly a card maker. I love cards that are really great for your stash. Sometimes they're quick cards. If you've watched my class already, I make interchangeable sentiments. So they come in two sizes, really. So in my stash, I have tons of cards that all have room for one of two sentiment sizes, so that I just have this stash of sentiments I can slap on there at the last minute because my life is chaos. But I started in mixed media, doing painting on wood, mixed media on wood, on metal, and that kind of stuff. But that was 15, 20 years ago.
What was your first paper crafting project? Can you think back to that? There you go.
I think, gosh, I don't know. Probably a card. I was selling mixed media stuff at craft fairs. And my friend Penny, my local Stampin' Up! Dealer, wandered into my booth and was like, I see you like stamping, because I'd been stamping some Tim Holtz images onto travertine tiles to make coasters. And she was like, you have all of the little pieces. And so then I joined like a Stampin' Up monthly club, and we would go paper craft together, make cards together.
Cool. In your journey of this, what's one of the things that's been hardest for you to conquer or learn?
Oh gosh, just one.
Just one.
I don't know how to not try to turn something into a business. And so I switched from mixed media at craft fairs to I made a huge leap to have a card shop, and I bought grid panel and I bought like shelves for the grid. So I was running like a 10-foot by 15-foot booth of handmade cards. And it wasn't even pricing them that high. They were like $4 or something. And then if you bought multiples, there was they did not sell. They didn't sell. I was barely making back my booth fee, and it was sort of soul crushing. And so I set card making aside and did something else. And it was really the pandemic where I came back to it, because there were no craft fairs, that it wasn't going to be a business. Whatever I was doing, I just needed to make art. And I ended up in like kind of a bad place. I think a lot of us did. The pandemic was hard, and then coming back from the pandemic was hard. And so card making really kind of saved me. It was something to do with my hands, something that brought me joy. It was making art. And then I got to give it away, which was wonderful. So, but getting to that place took 15 years.
It's a great answer. I like, we're getting really this is our second interview, but we're getting really cool answers on this question. So our previous Tamara she had to conquer not buying so much paper.
Oh,
interesting answer, right?
That is also a problem.
It's a problem for everybody we got in the comments. So that one's okay.
Yes.
But yeah, if you have an entrepreneurial brain, it's hard not to go that way. So
yeah,
I get that. So excellent. Can you share what projects you shared in what your video was about, your 1, 2, 3 sketch?
So I loved this sort of class idea so much. I'll probably do more classes like this or videos like this coming up. So I called it a 1, 2, 3 stretch a sketch. Twice a month, I release free printables that have a card sketch. And then this is a sneak peek, you guys. This is for tomorrow, right? So they'll have sentiments like this. I made you guys a custom kit for this summit. Awesome. And so we made one card. I got to remember which one's which here. We made one card, this one, that just follows the sketch, right? And I gave you all the measurements. Is this the right one? Oh, no. Yeah, it is. I just taped it shut. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so here's our card. It's pattern paper, and I gave you, this is one of the printables and the freebie. So there's all kinds of fun stuff in there. And I think card making should be for everybody. I think it should be easy, accessible, affordable, right? It was an art that really kind of saved me and my mental health at a hard time. And so I like giving away free supplies so people can make cards without having to buy tons and tons of stuff. But then once you learn the basics, I want to be able to step that up. So then we took the same sketch, and I like to switch it up, right? So instead of the triangle, I used a circle here, right? And we made just a little bitty fun fold, just a little, right? And so I love the like inside, outside sentiments, right? So this one says born to stand out, bloom as you were meant to, but there's another option in there that says, and sometimes set things on fire, or maybe it's occasionally, right? So I like sort of a mix of sweet sentiments and sassy sentiments. In a former creative life, I was a writer. I went to school and got a master's degree, Master of Fine Arts in creative writing. And so like this lets me do just a little bit of that and play with paper, which is super fun. And so then here's the third one, right? So we have one sketch, 2 fun folds, 3 cards. And this one's my favorite. So this guy slides out and opens up. But until you slide that out, he won't open on his own. If you were nice, and you're like a sweet card giver, or maybe you're mailing it, right? You might put an arrow here so people know to pull. But I don't like to do that. I like to give them to family members and then watch them struggle. Like, it's just because they know if they rip the card, they're going to get a really boring card next time. So yeah.
I love that. It's very cool because you're stepping it up and giving people confidence, which I think is an awesome way to do.
Well, and I love too, the instructions are in there. So you can print that. And I mean, I'm going to make you a diagram and I'm going to give you all the cutting and the measurements and all the things. Like, I want it to be as accessible as possible.
That is awesome. Fantastic. So I'm at the beginning of our comments, so I haven't caught up to anything new. First, I enjoyed your video. It's always a great way to use scraps. Thank you for that.
Oh, good. Yeah, I love the strips on this one for scraps because this is my favorite paper and I've been hoarding these little scraps.
So Sarah, I love the background paper you've been making with your ECK. What is an ECK?
Emergency Card Kit. ECK.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got
your branding.
A sneak peek, you guys. Again, this is tomorrow's. We have like a silly bird theme happening. Do you see these birds? Do you see those birds? Losing my mind. It's going to be fun.
Someone says they thought your class was awesome and they're going to make the cards for sure.
Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that.
There we go. Here's a question for you. What is your favorite thing to create?
Something interactive. Hands down, 1,000% something interactive. If I'm teaching a class like this, I'm going to do my level best not to use any specialty supplies that would make it so someone can't really participate in the class. But on my channel too, there's a lot of videos where I do like a fun fold and there's a printable for it and you don't need anything special. But like Karen Burniston makes interactive pop-up dies and I lose my mind every time there's new stuff from her. And actually I have designed some pop-up dies. I work with Trinity Stamps. And so I have I don't know if I have any samples near me. I have a new set that just came out. And it's a double slider mechanism. So you pull one end and something will pop up out of the other end. And then I have another one that I think we had in the last summit, the fall summit. I kind of showed that off, but I also linked people to where I made it by hand on my channel in case you didn't have the dies. Very cool.
They are fun. Question, what made you start in the craft business?
I have to make art. I just have to. I was a writer from the time I was probably 10. I'm a poet, right? So that's when I was doing my schoolwork. I was writing poetry. I was in slam poetry for a very, very long time, even like almost into my 30s. But at the same time, my dad is a small business owner, right? And when you are raised that way, that says, hey, if you're going to do this, like teach it, share it, make a business out of it. So that's always been in the back of my head, right? I have run a small business in some form since I was 24, probably as soon as I was done with school. So I don't know any other way.
My father was a small business owner and I spent the longest time going, I'm never going to be a small business owner. Now I am. But my father was a plumbing contractor, which is an emergency-based business. So you get calls at 2:00 in the morning. You get called at, right? So I think that is a reason why more than anything else. And then but 2 of his kids are small business owners on their own business. So yes, it definitely comes from that. But we resisted for the longest time because
and it just and I'm one of 4 kids, and I'm the only one who was like, I can't help it. I don't know what to do with free time. I'd lose my mind.
So your video today was amazing. The card was so much fun. Can't wait to make them. Is there a way to let the recipient know how to open the card so they don't end up tearing it?
2 things. One, I would put a little arrow, right? So like I would actually put it on here or on the back, put a little note. But again, sometimes for me, like if it's I call them complicated interactive cards. That's a hand deliver for me. There are lots of interactive cards where you just open it and the thing pops up all on its own. And those are great for mailing. So I will admit this one, it's a little tricky. I call this almost like a puzzle card, right? But I'm not going to send that to someone who doesn't usually get a card from me. I'm not going to like, actually, that's the wrong card. That's the wrong sample, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
But an arrow is probably your best bet.
That's a good idea. Carol from New Zealand, I think you're supposed to be sleeping, but thank you for being here. I'm not sure what time it is in New Zealand at this point in time. I think you're supposed to be sleeping. Card is so cute is one. What is this one? What is a good printer for printables that print on heavy cardstock?
It's a great question. So here's
Tracy
what I
may have
found.
something too as well.
I have two printers. I have a laser printer that can handle like heavyweight, not heavyweight, 80-pound hammer mill, the stuff with the chameleon on it that everybody is like, this is the paper for ink blending, right? It can handle that. But it's 80 pounds. And I think a lot of people, when they say heavyweight, they're talking 100-pound, 110-pound. So I bought an inkjet tank printer from Canon that can handle that paper. You know what? It's awful. It does not print well on that cardstock. And I had researched ahead of time. And I'd heard this before, but I didn't believe it. The difference is the paper. It's the paper. So when I'm showing you like this one, right? It's vibrant, it's bold. That is photo paper. It's matte photo paper. I have not found like 100-pound, 110-pound matte photo paper. It's probably out there, but I'm also cheap. And so I'm sorry, I don't know that I have a super great answer
Tracy,
for you.
Tracy's got lots of knowledge in printers. Do you have an answer, Tracy?
Again, no, I do think you've answered it really well. Because again, a lot of printers aren't necessarily designed to print on this thickness of paper.
Mhm.
I know you were mentioning, you didn't like certain Canon, because how do I say?
It
A lot of
prints
the
great.
printers, most of the printers now will print out your sheet and kind of curl it, right?
Yeah, don't do
When it
that.
goes through, and that's a big issue. So Canon, I don't even know if they still do, but at one time, still had ones that I hope you can understand my hands here that will go from the back of the printer and just slide it through, and that's a big thing, right?
Yeah, look for rear feed.
Yes, but it's harder and harder to find that as well,
Mhm.
right? Because we want compact
Right.
printers, but compact, pieces that just sit on our table. You don't have to worry, but you can put it against the wall.
Yeah.
But then those are the ones, that's exactly where you're going to get all the tears and all the
Yep.
everything getting stuck. And so, yeah, Epson might have something for you as well.
Yeah, Epson
Okay.
and Canon, and actually I love my Canon
So,
now, but I'm okay with it printing on some lighter cardstock, but it's photo paper.
Good question. There you go. I had this here. So someone who found you on our last summit, which we love.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And your sentiments have saved me the past couple of weeks. There you go.
That's the best. That's the best.
We have lots of love. I love. Good.
Oh, thanks everybody.
But after seeing
And hi, Sherry Browning. I see you in the chat over there, and Kristen. Good to see you.
I'm not good at measuring, but after seeing part of your video, I now want to make a card.
Yes.
I've never made a card before, but I'm going to try. Excellent, Elena.
I believe in you.
And
it's
thank you for making those comments, because that's what really makes it exciting for our speakers, right? You've just inspired somebody, which is what Sarah just said, which is you love to teach people they can do it. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, and I am a teacher. That's my day job.
Yeah.
I'm a college English professor. And so if I can teach you and make this feel accessible, oh, that's the best feeling.
I thought you'd like that comment.
Yeah.
How do we access the pre-printable sentiments? You go to Sarah's page in the summit. So you have to be registered for the summit. You have to click in the live summit, and Sarah's page is live today. You go to Sarah's page there, but you can also get it under Meet the Speaker and grab my goodie bag. So you have 4 days to grab Sarah's freebie. It's in there if you want. So there's 2 places in the site that you can get it from. And you sign up.
And you're going to click on it, and it's going to take you to my Patreon.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Patreon is a membership program. So you have to join my Patreon, but I have a free membership. So it's going to, like, when you go to join, it's going to show you all the paid options. And if you bought the VIP ticket, there's a coupon in there for either a free month at the $5 tier or 30% off higher tier, but you don't have to do that. So kind of at the top, look at the very top when you're looking at that. If you're like, I'm just going to join for free and try this out, it's like I can't remember what it says. It's like, no thanks, join for free or something like that.
Anything like that. So that's how you get it. If you have any issues with it, just let us know and we will walk
Yeah.
you through it. And so getting through these comments. I think I'm just at the beginning now. Thank you for the free sentiments. They are unique and fun. I love interactive. Yes, I made her card. I love your instructions for us, and your designs are delightful. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that's great to hear. Thanks, Debbie.
I love that there's no special stuff needed.
Yeah. Yeah. I try always. And like, I'm a die cutter. I love using like my die cutting machine and all that, but I try to make sentiments that you can use even if you don't have the exact dies that I have. Like, hopefully you can use something you already have.
So it's 5:18 a.m. in New Zealand. So thank you for being here, Carrie. We appreciate that. That's early.
Yes.
Have you used these sketches to work with students, since you're also a teacher, but you're a teacher of university students too?
Right. I've not brought them into the classroom. I wish I taught a grade level. Well, I kind of wish. I wish I could teach this to like a classroom of young students, maybe as like a guest speaker, because I don't do like gross snotty faces, and I don't do it.
I love your work so much. I will be making your cards for sure.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that.
So we're going, never thought to use matte paper as a substitute for cardstock. Gonna have to try that. So there you go.
Look at the GSM on the photo paper, okay? Because this says it's like a 43 pound, I want to say, but the GSM is almost the same as a 65 pound. So the heavier your photo paper, the more expensive it is, the fewer sheets you get. Just check the GSM.
Yeah, so photo prints seem to be better for heavier paper. Print on photo paper looks the best. So yeah.
Yep. And I like mine matte. I don't want glossy business.
So Red River carries 100-pound matte photo paper, and it works well it's well worth the price, and it comes in large sizes, 12 by 12, 13 by 9. And she has an Epson ET8550. So thank you, Julie. Julie's part of our Scrapbooking Fun Circle, and she's an amazing resource, always helping people. So excellent.
Fantastic to know. I think Red River, you have to get it from their site. I bought mine on Amazon because I was trying it out. Not Red River. I use Koala, but I've heard great things about Red River, so I'll check that out for sure.
Here's a interesting, put a thought in a creative person's brain. I'm mainly a scrapbooker. Do you think you might ever venture into creating sassy scrapbooking titles?
Oh, so kind of when you look at the freebie, I took some of our sentiments and made them bigger, like they could be used as titles. I don't know enough about scrapbooking to be like, these are definitely titles, right? I'm a little unsure.
Tracy can help you with that.
But something like this, and this actually, I can't remember how I did this. The freebie has a PDF with that in it. I think it's in the VIP bundle. You get the PNG file that has like a white border around it, so you can run it as a print and cut through your Cricut, or through like your scanning cut. Can that do a print and cut? Your Cricut or your Silhouette for sure. So yeah, if there are people asking for it, I will do more of that. I've been sort of dabbling the last couple months.
Mm-hmm. The scrapbookers definitely would love some love sometimes, because they get so many card makers in there. But what about scrapbooking? So
yeah, and I don't scrapbook mostly because I don't take photos.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, it's so embarrassing, like almost none.
Question: I love your poetry. I love poetry too. Have you published your poems? There you go.
I have, but it's been a long time. I think you would have a very hard time finding them. They were mostly chapbook publications, which are really small press, a run of like 100 or 200. But they're under Sara Lihz Staroska or Sara Lihz Doble. That's my maiden name. So some of them have my old last name. Probably most of them. Is that right? I don't know. Half and half, probably. So you can look for them.
So you have somebody who's followed you for a long time and is one of your Patreon members. What inspires you in everyday life? There's a question.
It does. It does. That's a long time. It's been a couple years.
What inspires you in your everyday life?
Mishearing language. I have 2 kids. I have a 10 and 7-year-old, and my 10-year-old loves to play with words. And he'll like a portmanteau, when you squish 2 words together, like cafeteria, auditorium, a cafetorium.
Mhm.
And so he will inspire me, and I'll be like, oh, that's going to be a funny, punny sentiment. And then my 7-year-old just gets it wrong because he doesn't know. But they're sometimes brilliant. That's my favorite.
That's cool. That's a cool way to be inspired. And your son's cool I don't have the brain to put those things together, so that's cool.
Yeah, he's nuts.
This may fall. How do you come up with your ideas? So obviously your kids are one of them.
My kids, but then my people who watch my channel and leave me comments, or who are over in my Patreon, like there's a show and tell over there, or I like to run polls over there. I'll be like, hey, here's 6 or 10 kit themes I'm thinking of. Let me know which ones you like the best, and then I'll leave the comments open and be like, if you have specific sentiments you're interested in or you have ideas for, let me know. I've been doing this almost 2.5 years, and I have never once rolled into a month and been like, I have no idea what kit to make.
Which is
And I was worried about that big time at the beginning.
Yes, that can get on the creative machine. What is the name of your purple machine behind you? I actually might even know that, which is shocking to anybody who knows I don't paper
Go
craft.
for it. It's a quiz.
Oh, I got myself. Is it a Better Press? No.
Well, you can better press in it. That's the Spellbinders Platinum 6.
Oh, there you go.
So my better press is the same company, fits through there, but they have it's supposed to be limited edition. There's a lilac version, and I actually have a mini version of it too, because I got them as a bundle when they released last summer. I was looking at their site a couple weeks ago. You can only get it straight from Spellbinders. Like all these different companies had different colors when it first launched, or when the Scout first launched. And they had it back in stock in the 6-inch, but it wasn't there 2 months ago. So I don't know. You might be able to find it.
There you go. Here is someone who's a part of your free membership and loves the sentiment. I'm waiting for the arrival of your emergency card essentials and excited to use them in my card making. So go and join her free membership.
Well, and the essentials are my dies. I have 3 die sets that I've released, and Trinity, I think they ran a sale that you could get them. They're the newest one, you guys, is at scrapbook.com now, which means you can use their coupon codes when they come out.
There you go. Would you give your Canon printer name again?
Yes. Hang on. I think it's the G6720.
Okay.
I think. I have to back up to see it. I don't know. Nope. It's the G7020.
There you go.
7020. And it does have that rear feed, and it can handle 100-pound cardstock. The colors just aren't as vibrant as I'd like. But if I print something that's like a watercolor background, it's beautiful. It's just a little soft, if that makes sense.
Question: what do you enjoy doing when you're not crafting? And they love your downloads.
So I'm working, crafting, thinking about work, going to baseball games for my son.
You're a working mother with 2 businesses, 2 jobs.
I work full time, and so actually, we'll see. This summer, I'm not teaching for the first time since I got hired full time, or even part time. We'll see.
Do you create your own digital papers or elements, or where do you purchase them?
I make them.
I
make them. And the digital papers, the ephemera, is new for me. I started doing that last fall, and I'm learning every day. I think I've just recently figured out how to make stuff that I really love, that's really useful for everybody else, instead of stuff that I really love and people are like, okay. So
there you go. What weight of
koala paper? I think mine is the 40. I think they're calling it 43 pound. But when you buy your paper by pound, you never know what you're getting unless you look at the GSM. It's I think grams per square meter. So it was like 180-ish GSM. So it's closer to what we think of in the US as a 65 pound. And that's because it's cheap.
Good reason.
Yeah.
Sarah has the best sentiments. Only wish I could purchase one of her higher memberships one day.
Yeah, you know what? And again, if you have the VIP ticket, it's like 30% off either a month of membership, or you can get 30% off the year of membership for my top 2 tiers. So if you have that coupon code, or there's a free version, like you can get the free $5 tier. So
yeah, with the coupon code, that's how you make back the price of buying the VIP Fun Bundle, right?
Yeah, I want to make sure if you're buying a ticket like that, if you do 30% off the champion tier, that's a $90 savings.
Yeah, which is much more than the cost of our tickets. So if you want to buy, these are the ways to look at it. So that's why there's so much value in our VIP Fun Bundle. So if you're not a VIP, this is our best bundle so far, thanks to the generosity of our speakers. It's a really cool bundle. So if you pick anything, you've paid the price of your VIP, and then you're just like getting more goodies. It is worth over $1,500. It's really, really a good one without including the discount. So on top of that, it is worth that. So take a look at that. I have used your free sentiments in my scrapbooks by printing them larger and cutting them with scissors. So fussy cutting them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and so my paid membership tiers, starting at the Saski tier level, it's my $12 a month tier. And again, there's a coupon for that in the paid VIP bundle. They get all of my sentiments from the very beginning as resizable PNG files with a transparent background. It's a digital stamp, so you can make it as big as you want and print it out. And like, it works great for resizing for sure.
Okay, GSM is far better way to decide on paper, and we will. Okay, I got through all of them.
All right.
Any other comments or questions that you have? I think I may have missed a few because there were a lot of really good ones as well, but there's only so many I can get. But somebody said the Red River wasn't available, was 100 pounds, wasn't available. So Julie mentioned that, so I'm not sure if it's out of stock or if they just don't carry it anymore.
Keep an eye on it. We'll see.
Someone said they're so very glad I was able to take your class. You are amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yes, and it's your class is popular. Sentiments are popular.
Paper is always a changing industry. That is something else I can say. Like, you get hooked on something, and I'm sorry, it can be gone. And I don't even just mean the pattern. I mean the brand, the type of paper. Yeah, it happens a lot.
There's a reason. I have a big closet in this room. It is like quarter central in there. I think there's probably 200 reams of paper.
So paper addiction.
Because if you like something, you grab it. You may not. Not everybody might not need 200, but it just depends how quickly you go through it. Go ahead, Sarah.
Maybe
but then how long do I love it? And I'm like, ooh, I really thought Blackberry Bliss was going to be like the paper I used my whole life.
No. Maybe you need to create a Papers Anonymous group or something like that. Someone says Sarah's a Wonder Woman, so there you go.
Oh, thank you.
I think what's that one?
GSM. Oh, that's Kristen. Hi, Kristen.
Someone doesn't know what GSM stands for, so go for it. Either of you two ladies who would answer that.
Yeah, grams per square meter. And it's about the weight, like the actual weight of the paper. And so that is a much better measure of the thickness and weight of your paper.
I think grams per square meter, because I do color pencils and other art, is more used internationally. Like, as usual, absolutely. The United States and Canada have picked standards that don't make no sense.
Oh,
and
Canada's you guys.
Yeah, we live with one foot on either side because half of our stuff comes from the States, but we're actually metric. So we live with our feet on either side. So
well, and in the US, there's paper you can buy that won't even tell you what the GSM is, and that drives me nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if you are not, if you're in Europe, as far as I know, in Australia, that they only sell by GSM. Like, that becomes much more. Yeah, and here in Canada, Tracy, is it both?
Sorry, it is definitely both. Yep. Same with the sizes. We haven't even gotten to the 8.5 by 11 or the A4 and stuff like that. But yep, it's metric and it's an imperial. It just depends who you are. And Heather, just for your knowledge, it could depend what province you're in.
Oh, I
How
believe
about
that.
that? Canada. What's more
Yeah,
popular?
it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So yeah, in Canada we live on the world of we're metric, but we still understand. But we cook in cups and stuff, but we do everything else in metric because our cookbooks come from the States. So we literally live with our half of for me, warm temperatures are in Fahrenheit and cold temperatures are in Celsius. My brain is stuck between the two because it makes sense. 0 is freezing. That makes sense in Celsius.
Yeah.
But Fahrenheit, it's 80, 90. It sounds really hot. So
yeah.
So it's very common
so
for us
funny.
to be very mixed up in Canada about what we do, even though metric has been our standard since so it's been like 50 years. But we still live in this weird world. We drive in kilometers, but yeah, so we're a little confused.
My son was in 4th grade last year, and so they had to do like all this imperial measurement stuff in math class. And I was like, you need to know which one is bigger, but I don't know how many pints are in a gallon. Like
metric is so much more sense. It's hundreds, thousands.
Yes.
It's just more sense. But that's why everyone else in the world, except for the UK and the United States, uses metric. So,
oh my gosh.
Susan
Kemper, I see you. I will have things for people to take from me. I'm doing attending a live event that's near me this summer. So if you're going to that, I will have paper to not swap. I'm giving it away. Please take a stuff.
So if you're going, remember that. That's a good place to go.
Leave room in your suitcase because I'm driving. I am bringing an SUV.
Catherine goes 37 doesn't sound very hot, and it's true. It doesn't, but it is. I'm from Denmark. Metric, yeah. Denmark's metric. Metric is so much easier, but yes. It's funny. And we're getting smoke from the Canadian wildfires, and we're not even close to them. So yeah, a lot of the central part of Canada is on fire right now, which is really
we've been a little hazy. Like it's
not
big normal.
Yeah, there's huge evacuations and they're big fires, but I can smell it in the air here, and we're pretty far away from it. So yes, we tried to get metric in the US years ago, but we ended up not doing it. Wish we had. It would be so much easier if we were all doing the same thing. I agree. Totally. It might be worth an extra suitcase. So there you go. Excellent. Any other questions for Sara before we let her go and we get on to our next one? Because we have another one at the top of the hour. I've lived in South Carolina and still have a hard time with inches. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny what you learn in. You rock, Sara.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Susan. We've tried to talk Lynn, and she and I have a little chat going with some other friends, and she's very, very busy this summer, but maybe next time.
Where are you located? We've already said that, but somebody came on later. So where are you located?
I'm in Nebraska. Yeah. So it's unusual to get live events near me, but there's one in Kansas City this summer. So I'll be there.
Thank you so much. So yes, we're getting lots of thank yous. It's going Kansas City. Who else is in there? So I'm trying to think of our crafters and who they are, but I'm getting my people mixed up. Is thinking Dare to be Artsy, but she's not in Kansas. She's in where she is.
She's in Kansas, but not in Kansas City. Yeah.
I was gonna say. And she actually does have a store. So Dare to be Artsy does have a storefront as well.
Yeah.
I know you'll have a blast. So thank you so much for being here. It's been great chatting with you. If you guys have any questions, remember to go into the Facebook ball, play the bingo. You can check off the we're getting an echo again. It's weird because it comes back. Play the bingo. You can go check off a square for attending a live, asking questions if you did. If you have comments or if you make any of Sara's cards, please post them in the group and tag Sara.
Yes.
It is the best feedback that you can give our speakers to actually make these projects and share them. So put them in the group. If you're not in the Facebook group and you make a card, just email it to us and we will post it for you. So we will share it for you so people can see it. And if you're having any issues because you're not getting emails, just let us know. You can resubscribe from that and we will get it all fixed up. So we appreciate all of you from being here live. We are back in 20 minutes with, this is the Catherine. With Catherine, who did Summer Shakers. So she did shakers that you can put on a scrapbook page instead of just a card. So we will be back with Catherine in a little bit.
Sounds great.
Enjoy all the presentations. Thank you so much. And if you haven't grabbed the VIP and you want to get onto Sarah's account, buy the VIP. You're going to save more than you would buying her account if you want to get that month membership or get the discount on it. So check out the VIP. It is available from any of the pages that you want to do. It really has a ton of value in it. Our speakers have been so generous. So check that out. And we will see you on the next call. So thanks everybody for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. It's great to see y'all.
Bye. And Sarah, thank you so much for being part of the summit again.
Anytime.